Hey, this is Kurt with the Boat Doctor. Repower with this 115 on it. I'm going to trim it all the way down. These, believe it or not, these 202s were made for like Harless Y Marina way back. They made this 202. There's not many of these around. These are all fiberglass lined. They had a good reverse hole to them. You can't go. The guy did the right thing. 115 does really good on here. You know, like, see, and this is like a 130, so the next step would be a 150, but I figured it would do 36. It does 38. The wind and current, it could do 40. It seems like all your gauges are working good. Horn works, bilge pump, everything works there. Control box is good. Steering's good. I put 16 gallons of non-ethanol in here, just so you know. Oh, they're firing up the beast. It's gonna. Don't smoke as bad as it did, though. They must have just ran it. So anyway, I mean, these are an exceptionally good right hold when it even gets rough, which you'll see that these are going to pick up a little bit. These are small, but this is what I like to take them out about foot high. When these get about a foot high, about a second and a half apart or a second, with a little wind on top. That's how you can tell a good hole. These boats could just cut through that stuff like no tomorrow. So of course, make sure it's in neutral. Fire it up. Just lift the handle here, put it in gear, it's fuel injected. So we're just gonna give it a little gas over here. Now trim's important, this trim here. Yeah, that thing don't smoke near as bad as, now if it's hard to steer that thing up, or trim it up at a low speed, it'll be easier to steer for you. Then when you get where you're out of the hole, trim it back down when you're straightened up. Good water flow. Take a video the first time you take it out. And like I say, when it's idling, it should idle like that, no shaking. But if that thing started doing that kind of stuff at the dock, don't go nowhere, because I'm going to guarantee you that little bit there is fine. But if it just shook, that means you got water somehow in your fuel. And I can tell you how to, if that ever happened, how to get that out. That don't worry me. Particles worry me. But anyway, that's just a little tidbit. Okay, so you put this in gear. You get her straightened up again. Now I'm going to be going against these. They're getting a little bit bigger. The swells are starting to get a little bit bigger. Nothing major. So I'm going to hit it. 1001, 1002. About 2.5 seconds, this sucker pops right up. And again, you got a good hole. Now right here, if it's trim up, if it's hard to go to the left, you trim up until it's even. Then you should be able to take your hands off the steering wheel, and this thing should go in the straight line, and you can even actually steer it with this. See? If I trim down, it's going to go to the right probably, which it is. Now I'll trim up. Just wait a second. It takes a while, but it will do it. There, now it's taking me to the left. So you want to get that trim just to where it's easy both ways. Then you look at that power you got. 6,100. They turn 63 to 64. Volt's good. 38 miles, almost 39 miles an hour. There's 40. So if you drop this thing down about 6,100, you'll get really good fuel economy, and you'll do about 36, 37. 35, 36, 37, about 37 miles an hour. But now, say it wants to take off, trim down a bit until it's steered. Now look at this. These are starting to come out of the northeast. Not a problem with this boat. And they turn super sharp. Like you can just, they're almost like a tournament boat. Really nice. Yep. You get to see, I can go through this stuff like nothing. And this is where I like to take boats, when I get this real short little chop with wind. Now I trim it up just a hair. Yeah, now they're getting a little bit bigger. Good riding holes. All right, you got a winter chicken dinner. I'm telling you, it's a package. All right, Boat Doctor out, I think.